Hello, how are you?
I'm fine.
All right. Hi, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Hello, how are you?
I'm fine.
Hello, how are you?
I'm good.
Okay, so am I. How are you?
I'm good.
Okay, that's good. A brand new day to laugh and learn something new here on the streets of Ghana. My name is Novi. This is the Street Quiz. Let's go get them. What is the difference between an employer and employee?
An employer and an employee. An employer, someone who creates the job. An employee is someone who's looking for the job, who does the job.
Good.
So an employer employs an employee.
Who is an employer?
An employer is from me.
You gotta be kidding me!
From any person.
You better put your head in the clouds where it has always been.
What about employee?
Or body.
What is the difference between an employer and employee?
Employer, employee.
Are you asking me?
An employer is a person who have been taken to do something.
Come again, I don't understand.
Or let me just say that the employer, the Latin name of the employer is the employee.
What is the difference between employer and employee?
Employer is somebody who work at some company.
Hey, Chinek.
And an employee?
Employee is the company owner.
Jesus!
The one who owns a certain company. Yeah.
Use your common sense.
So are you an employer or employee?
Employer.
Really?
What is the difference between an employee and employer?
An employee and employer. Employer is someone who employs the employee.
What is the difference between an employer and an employee?
Employer and employee. The employer is the one who employs the layman to work for, and the employee is is someone who has been acquired to do something and pay for after service.
What is the difference between an employer and an employee?
Employer means employer work for someone.
Don't say that. Don't put that message out there.
Employee means like we are staying there. We're working for the person.
Oh, wow.
What is the difference between an employer and an employee?
The difference between an employer and an employee.
Are you asking me?
Yes. An employer is somebody who offers a job to someone.
Boom.
And an employee is someone who is working for the company.
Thank you. So which one are you, an employer or an employee?
Me.
Your grandfather.
I'm currently unemployed.
Oh my days.
What is the difference between an employer and an employee?
Okay, the employer is the one who is willing and able to look for a work.
Who taught you that?
And the employee is the one who have get the work. Then he's doing yes, that's it.
My friend, put your senses together.
So which one are you? Are you an employer or an employee?
Oh, me, I'm an employer.
Oh, wow.
What is the difference between an employer and an employee?
You see, the employer is someone that employ the employee.
Very good.
Well, because when the employer employ the employee, the employee employ the employer, all of them are employee.
Oh, how?
So you're saying the employee and an employer can be the same person?
It depends on the place the employer employ the employee. If it's assignment, then the employer have to come from assignment to come and employ the employee in another place.
What is the difference between an employer and an employee?
An employer pays people and employs people into the work, whilst an employee is someone who is being employed or who is being inhabited into a business to work for the employer.
What is the difference between an employer and an employee?
An employer is a person who employs people to work in his company.
Thank you for the word so sweet.
And an employee is someone who has been employed by the employer to work in his company.
What is the difference between an employer and an employee?
Okay, an employer is someone who accepts someone into his or her business, like employs the person. And an employee is someone who has been accepted into an organization or a working entity by an employer, yeah, or the manager of the business.
What is the difference between an employer and an employee?
An employer is someone who employs people.
No doubt about it.
An employee is someone who has been employed by someone.
What is the difference between an employer and an employee?
An employer is someone who is working for another person.
That is not correct.
An employee is someone that they sack him from the job.
So this is a logical reasoning, so listen carefully. How can your pockets be empty and still have something in it?
Because there's a hole.
How can your pockets be empty and still have something in it?
You see, wait, so when they say, I will provide all your needs according to his riches in glory.
Praise the Lord.
Hallelujah! Can somebody shout hallelujah?
Can we get serious now?
The main pocket, like the clothes or what? Space, air, what?
Go and ask your grandfather.
Listen to this. How can you say your pocket is empty but still have something in it?
The pocket not good for business.
Now, this is logical reasoning. How can your pocket be empty and still have something in it?
By putting my hands inside.
How can your pocket be empty and still have something in it?
Your pocket be empty and it still have something in it.
Yes.
I think it's the cutting of the packet. That's why it's the something.
I'm sorry.
Now listen to this. How can your pocket be empty and still have something in it?
How can my pocket be empty and still have something in it? I would say that maybe I have a phone in my pocket, yes, or have a money in my pocket, or my purse, or anything. That's what I would say.
Ooh.
How can your pocket be empty and still have something in it?
In case toffee and biscuits.
My friend, put your senses together.
How can your pocket be empty and still have something in it?
Okay, the pockets can be empty, but I can have air inside because air occupies space.
Wow.
Nice explanation, but can you see air?
No, but I can feel it.
Exactly.
Listen to this. How can your pocket be empty and still have something in it?
How can my pocket be empty and still have something in it? Before your pocket be empty, then it means you are not a hard working.
Really?
Because actually, if you work, you can get a money, you can put it in your pocket.
How can your pocket be empty and still have something in it?
Maybe your work is, you find difficult during your work.
Go and sit down.
How can your pocket be empty and still have something in it?
Then be which? Because if you don't get something, you cannot have something.
Sure.
But if you have something, then you get something.
Oh, okay.
How can your pocket be empty and still have something in it?
Maybe you have the pocket case inside.
This guy is very funny.
Your pocket is empty, but you still have something in it. What is it?
I would say my hand.
Why your hand?
It's actually my hand that will tell whether my pocket is empty or not.
Okay.
How can your pocket be empty and still have something in it?
If you are working and maybe you don't go to work, you can have something on you.
Something like what?
Or maybe at least 50 cedis or...
You know, if I talk that fire you now, people with the past not going to know why.
Your pocket is empty, but you still have something in it. What could that be?
My pocket is empty. And what is inside my pocket? My phone?
That's nonsense. And you should know better.
My name is Manasseh Amamu. You eat with them, you chat with them, you tell them all your secrets. You walk with them, You laugh with them, they become your very best friend. My friend is my enemy. My friend is my enemy. 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 My friend used to tell me how he loves me. My friend used to tell me he would die for me. Where we are go do, where we are go do. Oh God, tell me where we are go do. I sit and eat with my enemy. Oh God, tell me where we are go do. You can follow me on social media on Facebook on RakGhana the Gramstar or Facebook RakGhana See Them, and on Instagram at RakGhana the Gramstar.